Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Whiskies. This is your host, Mr. Whiskey, and after a long wait, I'm back. Now, I'm sorry that I had to leave so suddenly, but it was all for a good reason. Now, for those that actually care, where have I been for the past 7 months? Well, I've been pretty busy. I had to work 2 jobs and go to school for a period of 7 months, so working 16 to 18-hour days was pretty common. I had to do so because I was pretty far in debt for a while. I was pretty far in debt and I was so close to finishing my education. I couldn't stop. So the one thing that I did have to give up was my hobby, was video gaming. And I wasn't too happy about it because every single time there's a patch for Honor, I always had to watch from the sidelines. I could never play. But it's all good because it's all over. Unfortunately, I don't know how much of For Honor I'm actually going to play though because I'm just so out of practice. And the new game, Sea of Thieves, is coming out, which just looks amazing. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely going to be picking up a copy as soon as it releases. Also, I'm looking forward to playing Destiny 2. Now I understand, I've heard that the Destiny franchise is all but dead, but I still want to play at least a little bit. I want to get through the campaign and maybe play some multiplayer, but that's about it. As for other games, I still want to play Battlefield 1 a little bit more. I used to be really good at that, and that was even before I picked up For Honor, and I put in countless hours to that game. So I mean, my content's going to go everywhere. You know, it's going to go from one game to another. So I don't know, I'm just going to ask that you stick with me for a little bit just because I have to figure out what I want to play now. For Honor was great, I just don't know how long I can play this game. And my boy, the Zerker, he actually got a really good rework, but I'm just out of practice. I'm not as good as I used to be. Obviously because I haven't played in 7 months, I doubt that I can just pick up the controller and just get it down in a matter of minutes. I mean, it's whatever. We figure this out as we go. So I feel like I've talked about myself enough. So instead, let's go ahead and switch gears and talk about you guys, the subscribers. I would love to play with you. So at any point in time, you know, for those people that have an Xbox, I'm sorry, I only have an Xbox. That may change in the near future though. I might get another console, I might get a PS4. I don't think I'm going to get a PC anytime soon, but you never know, things can change, just keep your fingers crossed. So my GamerTag is going to be linked below, so if you, once again, if you want to play with me, just hit me up. Send me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And I forgot to mention this, but if you haven't noticed, this is some pretty old footage. I mean, the day before I left, actually, I got this game where I went, I think, 18-1. So this is before the Zerker work. This is before a couple of patches. So the Zerker was still pretty bad until it came to ganking. Once everyone started to gank the Zerker, it wasn't good for them. I mean, I'll show you in a little bit, but it was a pretty easy time for the Zerker. I don't know about now with all the new characters, but 7 months ago, God, it was 7 months. But 7 months ago, when I was still playing the Zerker, when I was still playing this game, it was super easy to get multi-kills and just ruin ganks. Just thinking about it makes me wish that I was as good as what I was 7 months ago. I know, like, if you gave me 3 days of nothing but working on the remastered Zerker, or the reworked Zerker, I know I could get back to how I once was long ago. But there are so many good games coming out, I just want to play them all. There are so many good games coming out. Which brings me to my next point. I need some ideas for my videos. Because I was gone for such a long time and because I've been so out of practice, it's even difficult for me to use my editing software. Even doing something as simple as recording my voice right now is taking 3 times as long as what it would have a couple of months ago. And I'm not even going to mention the music that I had to attach to this video. That's a monster on its own. Oh, that's right, Monster Hunter. So that's another game that I really want to play. The game looks amazing. You get to run around, you get to fight dinosaurs, you get to fight dragons, you get to like fly. I think there's a feature in that game where you can just get to fly around. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but the game just looks amazing. One feature that I'm really looking forward to is your companion. You got like this 3-foot cat that follows you everywhere and fights demons or dragons, whoever is in that game. And he just runs over and I think he gives you food as well. He's awesome, or at least he looks awesome. So I can't wait to name him. I can't wait to create him. I can't wait to create my character. It's gonna look great. I'm sorry, I'm geeking out here. I'll get back onto what I was just talking about, which is my channel. So I want to play with you guys. That's the truth. I want to play with you guys. I'm gonna try. I don't know if I'm gonna play For Honor, but I'll try and do my best because that was the very first game that I played on this channel. If I can't, just know that I at least made an attempt. Other than that, I'm gonna play Destiny 2 for sure. I'm looking forward to playing that game. And tonight I'm gonna go over and pick up Sea of Thieves and play that at 9 p.m. tonight. I mean, what can you say? The game looks like a very fun game. It looks like it has humor to it. It looks like it has adventure, and most importantly, it looks wonderful. It looks beautiful. I can't wait to play it. Now understand, I said I can't wait to play something many times today, but I'm glad that I'm back. Okay, my biggest hobby before I left was either working out or playing video games. And when I was gone, I could only do one of those two. And because all of my equipment was left home, I didn't really have a choice than to either work out, or study. And that's how I wanted it. I didn't want to have any distractions before I accomplished my goal. Now that my goal is accomplished, I can finally get back to what I was doing beforehand. And before I forget, I want to show you a primary example of why you don't gank a Zerker. So one of my buddies was getting ganked in the back of the enemy spawn, so I decided to go back and help him. Now just let this clip play out. Watch this. God, that felt good. What can I say? A 1v4 situation, you'd think that I'd lose, right? But because I'm using the Zerker, they had no chance. And with that, that brings us to the end of the video. Please comment down below on how I did in my first commentary in over 7 months. I don't know about you, but I felt pretty overwhelmed. So as a reminder, my gamertag is going to be linked below for those people that have an Xbox. And if you have a PS4, I'll do my best to get one soon. But the one thing that I can tell you with absolute certainty is it feels great to be back. So I guess until next time, take care, Whiskies.